If you thought that your finances were a mess, well, let me introduce you to Claudia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credit cards after being bankrupt 7 years ago with credit limits that are out of this world.
I need to stop. I need to recollect myself and realign, recenter.
You are on an island, one of the most expensive place in the world.
Yes.
No money, bankrupt. What do you do?
I am getting on this train. You cannot get me off of it. Okay, I'm holding on for dear life.
Claudia, are you done with it?
Oh my God!
It's over.
Oh my God!
My name is Romain, and for the past 10 years, I've been on a quest to tackle America's toughest personal finance situations. Leveraging my Ivy League master degree and personal experience, I've found solutions for what seems impossible. In 1 year, you can completely be in a different spot. Are we ready to take action?
Yes.
Will this be the one I cannot solve? Let's see what happens. All right, Claudia, let's look at your profile. You're originally from Chicago. You live in Las Vegas, and my friend, you have so many side hustles at its root. You're a bartender. Is that right?
Yes.
Looking at the way you've rated your personal finances, Claudia, from chilling to mayday, I'm glad to hear that you rated yourself as I'm okay, which is good to hear. But guys, brace on, as this, I've had the chance to study a little bit your case, Claudia. It's going to be probably one of the most exciting cases that we've had on the show. Such a crazy roller coaster. We're going to speak bankruptcy, crazy decisions, accidents, and things that happen to you. You've lived the life of so many. Claudia, what's going on?
I am the train. The train has derailed. Just ups and downs throughout my life. I mean, obviously I'm relatively young, but I got started at a really young age of just like crashing and burning, and I'm just here today because I need help, and you're the man with all the answers.
Well, you're giving me a lot of praise, Claudia. I hope, as you guys know, I always find a solution. But again, let's start first with your roots. So you mentioned crashed and burned very early on in life. Walk me briefly through what does that mean to you?
Originally from Chicago, moved out at 16, moved across the country. I've dropped out a couple times, couple by 5. And, I started working in food and beverage when I was 15. And so when I moved when I was 16, went to college, dropped out, started working on the strip. And then, I've been picking up the scraps ever since.
Right. And so starting on the strip at 16 years old, doing multiple lines of jobs, you're going through life at that time, living with your grandparents up to a moment when something happens in your life pretty much completely changed. Walk me through what happened.
I'm 19 by this time. And, I'm not involved in like the best dealings. About $1,500 to my name. I don't have a house. I don't have friends. I'm driving and got T-boned. So I lost my car. I had to restart. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a house. And I called my grandparents and they're just like, tough shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. They've allowed me to do everything else. They've supported me in everything else except this very moment. And I'm like, and I didn't just feel betrayed, but I was devastated. But ultimately, it was my own accountability. And, from that point on, I had to rebuild my life. But that was one of the pivotal moments.
So at 19 years old, you're finding yourself completely broke,
Yes.
No house, no money, nothing. What do you do?
I move in with this guy that I found on Craigslist. And so I'm living in the house with like 4 other dudes. Anyway, and I start dating this guy and I'm like, I'm working on the strip again, duh. And I'm a hostess at Tom's Urban at New York, New York. That relationship didn't work out. I go with another guy, I turned 21. And, I think it's a grand idea to, start working 3 other jobs. So, I quit the hostess job. I start bartending at a strip club. I start bartending at, this barbecue spot at Link. And then, I'm cocktailing for MGM.
And at this point, how much are you making now at 21 years old?
Like over 12 grand.
Per month.
Yes.
Which you will see, guys, where this money was invested is crazy. Okay, so you're making 12 grand.
Yeah.
At that time, then you fall into a vice that kind of rapidly takes over your life. What happens?
So, you're young, you're in Vegas, by 21, you have like 6 fake IDs. You don't want to party anymore. That wasn't the case for me. I hit 21 and then I went on bender for like 3 years. Alcohol just like absolutely took over my life, absolutely consumed every single inch of me, every single crevice of my life. And that was my vice. On occasion I would smoke some weed, but like whatever, that's just to like chill me out so I could drink more, right? And so, I was drinking heavily, and then I do not know psychologically what happened to me, but like something just like clicked in my mind that I was absolutely plateauing. Like I wasn't doing anything constructive with my life. I wasn't doing anything I was passionate about. There was no purpose. There was no drive. It was just like nothing. I felt nothing. I was nothing. And I was like, I need to stop. I need to recollect myself and realign, recenter. And so I took all that money and I bought a one-way to Hawaii.
Whoa, okay. So you buy your way to Hawaii, leaving Las Vegas, leaving all your jobs. Mm-hmm. But at the time, you left with Hawaii with still thousands of dollars of credit card debt and almost nothing to your name. What happens there?
So about that. So I had about, I want to say a little over $9,000 left on my car. That was a lemon. Thank you, Ford Country. And, it got recalled eventually, obviously. And, I drop the keys off, whatever. And, I call back in a few weeks and I'm like, hey guys, like, how's the car going? Da-da. And they're just like, we have no recollection of that vehicle. I'm like, what the hell do you mean? You don't have recollection of the vehicle. They're like, oh, that VIN doesn't exist. I'm like, serious? So I call my sales rep, Ray, and I'm just like, listen, where's this car? And he's like, oh, I don't know, like who you're talking about, like who you are. I'm like, I've been paying on this car for like a year and a half. What the fuck are you talking about? And it was just like, it was absolutely insane. And so I'm calling all these people, I'm filing all these police reports, and they have nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just like $9,000. I'm upside down. I'm living on an island. I moved across the fucking ocean, and I have all this debt. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I don't have any other option because I'm not employed, and I don't have any other option. I'm going to declare bankruptcy.
So you declare bankruptcy at what age?
I was 22.
So at 22 years old, bankruptcy. Okay, hold on. You're telling me the excuse of the car, but I see a bankruptcy for $32,000, where the rest of the money is going through. Like, come on.
So I dated this broker, and he was like, Claudia, you should max out all your cards. I mean, you do not have to tell me twice. I absolutely will. So I got all of my credit cards, and I went on a shopping spree every single day when I was in Hawaii. And I think that the reason why you're not allowed to buy credit cards or gift cards with credit cards anymore is because of me, because I bought thousands of dollars worth of gift cards in Lyft, in Uber, in Cheesecake Factory, in TJ Maxx, like literally everything, every, retail store to man. Like I bought a gift card in because I was just like, oh, fuck it, So I bought like $30,000 worth. And so that's where the money went.
So you're buying yourself thousands of dollars of gift cards on credit cards, knowing that you're going to file for bankruptcy, it's going to be washed.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we won't make any comments on that front, but so you filed for bankruptcy at the time. Again, you are on an island, one of the most expensive place in the world.
Yes.
No money, bankrupt. You have a gift card to Cheesecake Factory. Awesome. What do you do?
Well, I live on those gift cards.
No way.
That's what I did. So I went on a bender for like 3 months because clearly I'm just not done yet. I'm not done. And
at the time, you're still drinking heavily throughout that time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's cruise control every single day. Like we're like, where's Pahana? Like we are going for it full throttle. Like every single day is the party. Like it's Hawaii. Like I live on an island, right? And, I'm, catamaran and Mai Tais every single day. So yeah, like I'm drinking heavily. I go on a bender for like 3 months, and, I finally get a job, and I sold these gift cards. So like I still
you've made profit from the bankruptcy.
There we go. That's the spirit, right? So like I'm technically getting credit, like I'm getting cash back without paying the rates.
So you're going through that, you're finding a job, and then at some point something arises, you have to leave Hawaii. Now you're back in Las Vegas, but things don't go as well as you thought.
Yeah, so I had to leave Hawaii under very unfortunate circumstances. Obviously, like COVID, didn't kind of completely took everything away from me, but that was okay because there was an absolute silver lining to my life. So I started bartending on the Strip again, and I went to like promotional marketing. I worked in Las Vegas. I worked in event production. Like I've done so many different things. And I think that it has panned out for the better, but the peak, the change of my entire life did not start, my life changed when I stopped drinking. Like when I completely eliminated alcohol, completely became abstinent to it, my life, I feel like I'm a completely different person that I'm living in a completely different timeline. And so, 4.5 years ago is when that occurred.
Wow. So you've made that decision, and since then you've been committing to it.
Oh, yeah.
But to your surprise, who comes in the mail? A couple months after your bankruptcy, a new credit card from Discover.
So I got a secured credit card through Capital One, right? And they sent it to me shortly after I had filed for bankruptcy, and I was like, "This is so weird," but like, yeah, I'm gonna take it.
After you maxed their card on crazy things.
Here's the idea. I'm like, I'm not going to declare bankruptcy again. God willing. But or maybe a different chapter. You never know. Keep your mind open. But I get the credit card. I'm like, listen, I need to reestablish my credit. Because like now I actually know how it works. I know how to like kind of manipulate the system. Whatever. And I get this card. It's secured, 500, whatever. And then I build my credit. Slowly but surely. And so now I'm looking pretty good. Maybe I should stop opening so many credit cards.
Wow, I mean, it's crazy. You guys, you will see. While this bankruptcy took place 7 years ago, you have tens of thousands of dollars of credit lines on those cards. And your credit score here, just a quick recovery, is at a massive 745.
Thank you.
I told you guys, bankruptcy can be a saving grace. I don't know if it was for you. I mean, you kind of, well, I don't know. But anyway, you've had your own interpretation of it. But it's not a death sentence. You're back from it 7 years after, in overall a pretty decent financial situation. And now you're pretty much kind of back on the train here in Vegas. Again, bartending. Again, more financially wise. But you've let yourself go into financial vices. We're going to speak together. You're the one that buys the dip.
I buy the dip. It's all about the dip. But with what?
That's right. With what? Let's see how you actually transition together into your finances, looking at your income and your assets. You work as the bartender 2 days a week in Las Vegas. A lot of it is tip-based. You have a base of about, how much you make base on it?
11 an hour.
11 an hour. But now the tip game is crazy. How much per month are you making of working 2 days a week?
Like $4,000.
$4,000?
$4,000, yeah.
So that brings your, bartending job here at about $57,000 or so dollars. You also work, since you've been in the field, in the kind of alcohol sector, liquor, as a consultant for new brands launching on the market. You charge how much per hour?
75.
75 an hour.
So I'm looking at, with all of my brands, about 38,000 annually.
And you also work on the side as well as a model for brand, and that brings to your estimate and looking at your statement an extra about 4,000 or so per year. Is that right?
Yes.
So together,
Yes.
At 29 years old, you have a total income across those 3 jobs and different small side households as well of $98,952. Net, it's about 6,800 or so. Is that accurate?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, when we compare that against the median, 50% make more, 50% make less. For your age bracket between 29 and 34, it is at 50,700. So you're almost making twice for living in a city that doesn't have such a crazy cost of living. So congratulations to you. You've kind of found your way this route. Now, let's get into the juice because you have so many different assets. Yeah, crazy, all over the place. It's like, woo, it's a rainbow. Okay.
Yes.
So here you're recording actually, let me see, piece of assets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Let's do it together. You have a checking account. I see a balance of 9,331. But on that checking account, you have to explain to me how you deposited $5,000 last month, but you took out $17,000. What's going on?
Okay, so I got freaked out about the economy. I don't know, just whatever. And so I took out like $10,000.
Because you were scared that the banks were going to shut down?
Yes. Like that's literally it.
I mean, you're
like,
with Wells Fargo, no wonder.
Yeah, well,
Wells
Wells Fargo's not that great. And also I was thinking, okay, maybe I should like buy some like land in Pahrump.
And you were thinking about buying it cash?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. So obviously that didn't happen.
Is just a city nearby Vegas that, I mean, you're literally in the desert.
It's the brothel capital.
Well,
of the
hold on.
world.
Did you see?
It seems really promising.
Those are assholes that got those lands for pennies to the dollar on auctions that take place once a quarter. Okay? They got the field for probably $1,000 and they're trying to sell it to you through marketplace with amazing pictures and so on for 10 grand.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the problem with that is? That number one, you're paying a crazy price.
Yeah.
Number two, you have no cash flow on the asset other than appreciation. Number three, you're going to have taxes to pay on it every year. And number four, you're in the woods, my friend. You're with the coyotes. Enjoy the life with the desert and the scorpions. I don't think it's always investment. You have better things to invest into. In fact, let's look at some of your investments. Let's have some fun with this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the queen of meme coins.
Oh, God, you have to bring up Pepe.
Pepe, Dogecoin.
Bonk.
I mean, you have, Bonk, right?
Waiting for that sword.
You are literally investing in all of the meme coins that can exist. You also have some decent positions into blue chips. You know, you've been rising with Solana. You have a little bit of position in Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And the one that you are going to die on the hill for, XRP.
We're going for it.
You're going to the moon on this. But look, it has done pretty good for you. You're up 14% on your crypto account to a value of 4,627. What is the idea though behind putting so much money on that shit?
I was such a skeptic of Bitcoin back in like 2015 or whatever. And I remember seeing it like a little Bitcoin machine on a wall at Donor Shack in Chinatown in Honolulu. And I remember taking a picture of it, posting on their Yelp and just writing LOL, like good luck. And now it's like, okay, well, I shot myself in both of my feet and my hands because like, it's kind of like, crypto is definitely like that is our future. Like our future is cryptocurrency. Like our fiat loses value every single second because $1 million today is not $1 million yesterday, so it's like it's completely different. And so you know what? I am getting on this train. You cannot get me off of it. Okay, I'm holding on for dear life and I'm gorilla glued to the floor. Like I'm gorilla glued to the floor and like I'm going down with the Titanic.
No, but I understand that you're going down with the Titanic, but you're going down on meme coins. If you were on top ones, you're going down with Pepe and all the Shiba Inu of the world and shit.
I have 0.0003 like 46 of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
so
right.
if it goes to $1 million, your girl's set. It's all about the faith. You got to have the faith in the crypto.
What is my take on crypto? In some ways, look, you are right in some ways, but in ways that you may not expect. When you say fiat has no relevancy anymore in our society, in some ways you're right, because fiat or the true dollar, which is one of the strongest currency in the world. Mm-hmm. We are very fortunate of that. We are at an advantage against most of the other currencies. Actually, recently, I even looked at the euro versus the dollar, and we are 1-to-1, which is historic. It's crazy how strong the US dollar is for us right now. Thank you for you guys living in the United States. But the US dollar used to be pegged to gold.
Right. We're on the gold standard.
Right. But now, it's vamos. It's gone. The US is pegged to the value that we assign to it as human. There is nothing pegged to it. It's just pegged to the general economy. There is nothing to back it up. It's a pure perception play. There's import, export, and so on that comes into play. But my take is, yes, get some hands in crypto. Okay? But this is how I like to approach it. Personally, I have about 10%, no financial advice, 10% of my investment into cryptocurrency, about 7% Bitcoin, 3% Ethereum, and I probably have about $1,000 or so of just fun, stupid coins that just come into play to see if you can go to the moon and so on. But that's peanuts. It's just kind of a gamble. Okay?
Sure.
I have a little bit of XRP and so on as well. But for the most part, if you want to put your hands into crypto, I think it's a wise investment to a certain portion so that if it goes down to zero, then you're safe. On your line, you have about, again, close to $5,000. It's not crazy. But what I see also that's nice is that you have brokerage positions. So you're also investing into the market. You have 2 brokerage accounts, one with a balance of 1,815 and another one with a balance of 4,775. Now, I looked into the specific positions that you've been into. In 2024, the S&P 500 rose by around plus more or less 20-25%. Okay? You went down 7%.
Yeah.
So the question that I have for you as an expert stock picker, or your partner is a massive guy when it comes to finances, is how did you guys manage to go minus 7% when the market went 25%?
Listen, hear me out. So I'm following this guy on Instagram, and he's just like, you got to buy the dip.
Yeah, you buy the dip. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put this on a shirt. I'm gonna put on like a t-shirt or a hat. I'm just gonna wear it. It's gonna say buy the dip. So he's just like, you need to buy UPS. You need to buy Nvidia. You need to buy Amazon. Buy the dip.
I like
buy the dip.
Nvidia. It's about 3% of my portfolio myself.
Right. I completely agree. Nvidia's the way, and yes, okay, it might be tanking a little bit right now, but just wait, baby, just hold on for dear life. Hold on to Nvidia. hold on to Tesla.
Well, are you on Reddit and you're like, massing on the all the memes, like hold on to the moon and so on, you're on all of that?
100%. 100% box the moon. Like I'm on Reddit, I'm on Discord, I'm on X, like all these different platforms, Red Note, TikTok. Okay, I did not invest in S&P 500 because I'm not like new to the stock market. Like I hate to say this. I'm becoming more of a gambler. And like it's like the next vice, it's not alcohol, it's not crack, it's crypto and stocks. And I think that is healthy.
You know very well in your heart that it's not been. You've put only 14% positive on your crypto and you're minus 7% on your stock.
Okay, so Warren Buffett is like my spirit animal. You have to wait. You got to sit on these stocks for like 20 years.
So Warren Buffett made an analysis, by the way, a couple years ago, where he put a lineup of financial advisors, okay, that are taking fees and so on, and he hold on the S&P 500. What did he find? He found that the S&P 500 outperformed the very vast majority of the financial traders. So if it's your idol, maybe you should reconsider some of your positions.
Well, I'm currently reading The Making of an American Capitalist by Warren. It's Warren Buffett's like novel about himself or whatever, and it's so fascinating. And I don't have an argument. I suck.
No. You don't suck. It's just, oh man, like I just want for you to be just more optimized into it. The problem is how this whole thing, like the Wall Street bets, and I have studied those cases, I have studied those guys. What happens is they're hyping stocks, they're hyping meme coins,
right?
Because they believe that they're not the last pigeon to be the one holding. They always expect someone to come to make that bet after them because they think they're early. They think, they think this is gonna go to the moon, and so they're just looking for the next stupid guy to come into play that's gonna buy at higher than they bought it for. Up to the point when they're actually the ones that are the pigeon that are left with the bag. And that's what happens on so many guys. Who made the money on GameStop? Everybody made like GameStops and all those crazy positions that went amazing. Well, you have a small portion that made a jackpot, but you don't hear about all the guys that are holding crazy bags at awful valuations now. I just don't want you to fall in that party. I think it's going to bring to you quite a bit of stress. You can have a little bit of fun with meme coins and so on. I think it's fun to partake in it as long as you're willing to lose it.
Yeah.
But you don't have a crazy amount of money on the side to allow yourself to put into those positions. So we're going to look together into something that's maybe a little bit long-term for a moment, okay? We're going to be discussing about it. Because if I look at the rest of your assets, you have a little bit of gold, physical gold, about $2,000, self-reported. You have a few saving accounts, one with 450, another one with 1,410 on Betterment, which is a higher saving account. And you also have about $12,000 of cash. That's because you've made that withdrawal recently as well. So together, that brings your total asset right now to 36,383. Is there anything else that we can be expecting? Any money that's coming through, any big deals, or any staking that's going to partake into that's kind of juicing up?
Yes, I expect more money to come in. Just because I work like 90 plus hours a week, I'm constantly trying to make more money. You know, and like my problem is that like I didn't even know that I had that much in assets. Because I just diversify and then I'm just like, oh, it'll just do its thing. You know, it's just like I don't sit back and actually like think about it. I just spread it out because I'm so stuck on that 7 streams of income, you know, to be a millionaire, you know, and I want to retire at 40. I want to be a millionaire. Like I want to be a millionaire at 35. I want to be over a millionaire at 35. Like I have less than 5 years left. And like, I feel like I can do that if I just keep working as hard as I am and not invest in dumbass meme coins because like I should not have bought Pepe. I should not have bought Bog. I just did it because I got lost in the sauce. I read some Reddit. I got, you know, in that rabbit hole, you know, I was going on like all these like random like Discord accounts. And the thing, so like to address what you were talking about, like these, you know, like these PNDs. So like all these guys will get on there and they're just going to like hype up a coin.
That's right.
They're going to hype up a coin because they want you to buy it.
That's
because
right.
They're at the top. Dude, only 1% is going to actually make money. Baby, you are not that 1%. Okay. And so like these pump and dumps, right? It's okay. It's just like for the, like a perfect example is a Haktua. Like Haktua girl. Like they bought all the, she pumped it up. She had a marketing team on it. Everyone just went for it. Everyone put their money in it. They're like, oh my God, like I'm going to buy a fucking island. And, like all this bullshit. And then she does the rug pull.
Yeah.
She pulls the motherfucking rug. And
were you on Haktua? You were on it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I call it Broktua, by the way.
Maybe it is definitely a Broktua.
It's a vice. It's a vice.
It's a vice.
That's the thing.
I'm a gambler.
I know you're a gambler, but let's see how we can, you know, transpose those skills in ways that are actually fulfilling. Because look, honestly, on your investments, although you've diversified, you've lost money.
Yeah.
You've lost money. You've lost money on your brokerage. You've made a little bit of a pump thanks to XRP on your crypto. You've made $400 of capital gain last year.
Yeah.
For being in all those conversations, looking at all the shit Discord and going through all that crap. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. See what I mean? And my investments are flat. I look at that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't partake into it. I partake just for the fun of it, or just kind of that gambling budget. But you see what I mean? That's kind of like you need to be a little bit more, you know, thoughtful about how you approach some of those positions, you know? The other thing is, earlier you were actually showing me an interesting conversation that you had with your father, who encourages you to get into even worse positions. What the hell did he send you?
So he was like, Claudia, like, are you holding any stocks? I was like, yeah, I'm holding NVIDIA. I'm holding, you know, UPS. I'm holding FedEx. I'm holding, you know, SiriusXM. I don't know why I bought that, to be quite honest.
SiriusXM.
Dude,
he's dead. He's dead.
You know, I was reading a press release and it was like, yeah, 10,000 more subscribers. And I'm just like, that's it? Jesus, just like don't believe everything that you hear, because I do that. But anyway, so my dad's like, okay, so what are you holding? And I'm like, oh, this. He's like, you have no business in the stock market if you're not trading options. And I'm like, I have no idea. First of all, I hardly know how to trade. Okay, I just learned what a stop loss was last week. Why are you telling me to trade options? And I'm like looking at the numbers and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm betting against myself and then I'm betting against the market. Like,
oh yes, you're
someone break this down for me. Like I took like 2 classes of econ like 6 years ago. Like I don't help.
No, just don't touch it.
Don't touch options.
Don't touch options.
Yeah,
it's a crazy multiple on a stock valuation. What you're buying is you're either buying you have call options, you have sell puts, you're buying again that the stock is going to go down.
Yeah.
But for example, right now, I'm going to give you a quick hit in 1 minute. If a stock is $10, you buy it at 10, you sell it at 11. You've made $1 profit. Okay? If you happen to play into the world of options, with this stock coming from $10 to $11, you could have lost, if you had not put the right option, 100% of your investment.
Yeah.
Because you're buying at speed and just increments that are so risky. So risky.
Yeah.
So just forget about all of that. People are getting, nobody's making money day trading. I'm going to tell you that. There was a recent research that I looked into. I think it's about 80% of people that partake in day trading lose 100% of their funds in the first 6 months of doing it. It's a massive fail. You have about 2 to 3% of day traders that actually make money consistently. And I think a very few actually even beating the S&P 500. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. You're wasting your time, partaking into so many forms of investments that have not fruit money, that are wasting your time, that are taking you away from actually doing the right work, which is paying your stupid debt. Let's look into that debt. Quick reality check before we dive into those numbers. If you guys are running a small business or a side hustle and you're still funneling that money through your personal checking account, you're making things way harder than they need to be. You need to separate that stuff and really makes it ultra easy. It takes just minutes for you to open your Relay account and there are no account fees, no credit check, and no nonsense. And I recommend it to anyone who wants to take their business seriously. Plus, you can set up multiple checking accounts by category. Let's say one is for income, one is for expenses, one is for taxes, and all of that in one place. Relay was pretty much built in the mindset of that entrepreneur, that side hustle, that small business that wants to stay organized and know precisely where is your money going. So check out the link below to get started for free today. You are stacking on 10 different forms of student debt. You're the queen of student debt.
Wow.
Because not only have you never graduated from anything?
Whoa. Okay, wait. I have an associate's degree.
Okay. So is the associate's degree, so you have debt. I'm going to tell you right away. Wait, hold on. Let me look. There's a good paper here. You have debt ranging from, 1,134 to 5,844. And what's amazing about those is I see one coming almost every year. It's kind of a refresh. You're going back every year. Total debt on the student loan side, 22,430. It's not crazy. But why? Why do I see this? You're still going to school, for 2 weeks during the year and you're taking thousands of dollars. What's going on here?
Precisely that. I get all hyped up, I get all excited, and then I just hate it almost immediately. I'm like, oh God, this is why I didn't go back. This is why I hated it.
5 times.
Yeah. So those subsidized and unsubsidized loans, the 10, 5 times. Yeah, that makes sense. I did get an associate's though. It took me a hot minute, but I did it.
Yeah, one of your goals here is never pay student loans.
That's correct.
What's the strategy here?
Well, I just don't feel like we should be paying for education.
So, okay, well, hold on. In France, for example, you don't have to pay for education. My brother is a doctor.
Yeah.
And his education was $4,000 when it's probably
beautiful.
Hundreds of thousands. Yes, but do you know the taxation environment of France? It's awful. It's one of the most taxed places in the world. It's absolutely awful. That's one of the reasons, actually, why I'm not there. The thing is, so you're still going there with the strategy that I'm going to take a little bit of a loan so that it defers everything, but you're still paying interest. It
honest to God, doesn't make any sense. And it's kind of like one of those things that you just kind of have to push, you just put on the back burner, you just push it right in the back. And you just forget about it. It's just one of those nightmares that you wake up at, 1 a.m. because of.
It's not crazy because they're only asking you for $220 a month. You're making
I know.
$7,000. You can't justify that. You're wasting so much of your time on little shit. Let's move on to some of the rest of your debt. Now, another good one, a car. So you had an amazing car that was worth over $14,000, and I don't know what the heck happened. You decide, hey, I need a brand new Acura. Let's rock and roll. 2025 leather seats, heating seats, and all that BS.
It's red interior.
Yeah, well, what's the game here? You had the paid car. What happened?
I bought it because I was like, you know what? Like, I got to gift myself. I just left Win Las Vegas. I'm free. I'm finally free. I can live again. I can love. And I'm like, it was just like a completely different life. And I was like, you know what? I need to buy a new car. So I bought one. I was like, treat. I mean, like, treat, like 42,000, but like, treat.
Yeah, it's an expensive trip. Huh? It's costing you $400 a month.
Yeah.
And on top of that, well, now, I mean, it's not even a car that you have any form of assets. You're just kind of putting your money away. And on top of that, you've put $14,000 in the dumpster with trading your car again. Would I have done that? Well, you don't want to know my answer. Let's progress together. I can't do anything right now. You just got it, 2 months ago?
Yes,
So
like October.
I wish you had came to the show earlier. I would have heard about that. I would have stopped that. Okay. So you have also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credit cards after being bankrupt 7 years ago with credit limits that are out of this world. $20,000, $8,500, $7,000, $8,000. It's crazy. They're giving you money like it's it's free gift cards.
That's right.
But I'm glad that you're not buying gift cards with it. You have 2 balance right now on it. One of 2,452 and one of 495. Now, bear with us as we look through the statements.
It's so bad.
So generally, I, highlight maybe 1, 2, 3. And then here, you're coming with your statements. Every single line is pretty much highlighted. So I have a question for you. What is going on with crazy spend at Starbucks? You pretty much, look, I can say, you're the perfect consumer. You're on the shitcoin, you're on crazy stocks, on land in the middle of the desert, you're on all the marketplace, the Starbucks.
You're like the picture child.
You literally are hitting every box. You know what's saving you is that you're making decent money that's saving you up because you are on all the shit.
I would be absolutely fucked.
Oh gosh, my friend. I'm seeing crazy expenses.
Yeah.
Like Starbucks is your best friend. I mean, Starbucks is kind of a daily occurrence. You're the queen of Starbucks again.
So I love my venti peppermint mocha with 1 pump of each and oat milk. The reason why I have so many transactions on there is because I only load up my gift card $10 at a time.
Okay.
I don't know why I do that.
Starbucks, the $25. $25. 25.
Okay,
again.
okay, that's an exception.
10. Okay, a few 10.
I think 25 is when I got my coworker and I some coffees. You get the stars when you use your card. It's across the street from my house.
Amazon, what's going on there? We are looking at hundreds. Okay. Hundreds. And you have a card that is literally a pure Amazon card where you're spending thousands of dollars on it on Amazon. What are you doing with Amazon? 75, 75, 72, 64. And that's just this card. The other card is the one that's the dump. What are you doing on Amazon?
Yeah, my gold discover. I had a meeting with my accountant. It was 3 hours long the other day. And he was looking at my statements for my gold discover, and he's like, you spent $29,000 last year. And I was like,
$29,000 on Amazon? What did you buy?
No, wait. Collectively, I spent $29,000, but like
what? On Amazon?
But like, okay, collectively of like all my debt, like, cause my rent's on there, right?
Well, hold on. You're pulling $100,000 per year, and you're telling me that you only spent $29,000 last year. I don't know what the hell is this accountant or any of that BS, but the guy is definitely not pulling the juice, huh?
Okay, so you
have no savings. How much are you saving per month right now?
I have $12,000 in cash and some gold. I'll be okay. So here's the thing. So I have $29,000 on my Discover. I pay.
On the Discover.
So
makes more sense.
that's only one of my Discovers. My other Discover has like $16,000 on it, and then I have my Venture, and my Venture has like $20,000 on it that I spent last year. Like
on what?
I don't know. I travel a lot.
Actually, you know what? That's amazing because not only that, I also see an Affirm debt for what? Channel bags?
Yes.
Thousands of dollars?
They're really cute.
What? How can you justify it?
It's an asset.
What do you mean an asset?
So Chanel bags actually accumulate in value per year. Should you not treat it like a trash bag like I do? Okay, so I got this lady braid, and it's so beautiful. It's right there. I love it. I'm so in love with it. I'm not returning it no matter what you say. It was so worth it. Can't justify it. Love it.
No interest until it's going to come soon.
So
yeah, they're waiting for you on it.
When I buy stuff through a firm, I do it for the 3 months or 4 months or whatever, but I always avoid the option with interest. Why would I want to pay interest?
Well, they're just waiting for you to get into a dump.
No, I
And
won't.
then they're like, oh, thank you so much. We gave you 0% for X number of months, and now, boom, 30%.
So I'm not going on a dump on a firm. I just don't want to pay, $1,200 right off the bat.
Hold on, $1,200 for a Chanel bag?
Yeah.
That seems like a good deal.
Thank you.
Wait.
Wait. Were you under the impression it's like $4,000? Because I would do that, but the thing is that I would have to probably
But how
spread
do
it
you
out.
buy a Chanel bag for $1,200?
Have you ever heard of the Real? It's like consignment, but it's just like mint condition to great condition to like brand new bags.
Oh, I see.
Again, it gains value.
I mean,
Not mine, but
yeah, right, exactly.
so then I
That's
bought
what you
this. So
said.
then I had my tote bag, and then I was like, you know what? I need to buy another bag. So I bought a shoulder bag because tote bags and shoulder bags.
How much was that shit?
Like $9.50, I think. It's really cute.
No, but come on. Would I do that? No. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put it in, in your landfill in Paramp at some point?
But you would buy a Rolex.
I would buy a Rolex only if I'm worth $500,000.
Well, you know what? I have faith. I will be. Remember, I'm a millionaire by 35.
Yeah, well, how are you going to explain a millionaire at 35 if you're spending 210, 70, 71, 75, 65 at least discount liquor?
Okay, so I had to front some money for one of my clients because I'm working on their marketing strategy for Nevada and the West Coast.
So you're getting refunded on that.
Yes, I'm getting reimbursed. Yeah,
Damn, you're putting a good excuse here, my friend.
gotta stay on top. Gotta stay on top.
That's right. Okay, so together, assuming your car loan or your car lease that still you own $12,783, you affirm at $400, your credit card, the other one that has about $495 as well. Together, total debt at $38,560. Looking at some of the rest of your expenses, I see that you currently no longer live on a Craigslist room here in Las Vegas. You're paying about $1,450 per month on your rent. That's 21% of your income. We like it to be below 28. Let's move on. Your car, $399 per month. Insurance and gas, you're doing really good on that front. You're paying insurance every 6 months. That gives you the lump sum discount. You're driving a little bit, about $120 of gas here I'm recording on your statements. That brings it at 10% of your income. We like it to be below 15. You're doing amazing. We know where the rest of your expenses is going. You could be making so much better moves with how much you're making because for the rest of your expenses, you don't have a pet. You don't have medical expenses. You don't have anyone to take care of. Are you single?
Yes.
You're single, ready to mingle, so you pretty much can be on your own and kind of shine.
Vegas, it's not even like a recycling plant. It's more of like a landfill out here. Just just the dating scene is
It's rough.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
But you're going on serial dates?
I'm going on dates, yeah. Do I enjoy them? No.
What's your conversion from first date to second date?
It's about 100%. But then
Wait, so 100% of the ones that you see on the first date, you see them on the second?
yeah.
So you're always impressed by the guy that you meet on the first date. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see you again.
So I just I'll give it a go, a second round, and if I'm just not enthralled, I'll just be like, I'm good.
What has been the most exciting form of date that you've ventured into? Has there been any form of creativity? I tend to be very creative when I was going on my first dates. If everybody does the first, let me bring you to a coffee or a fine dining, you're not going to become and have a unique competitive advantage. Me, I always love to be very creative. With my fiancé, we went to a paint and sip.
That's
you
cool.
know? You know, sometimes, it depends. Generally, I don't involve anything that involves water because the ladies, they don't want to have, the hair and so on. But a lake could be nice, or kayaking, or things that just falls a little bit outside. Now you're stuck with the guy for 2 hours. If he's an asshole, it's kind of tough. But if you invite them, like one of my French friends, to Yogurtland, your conversion is not going to be that high. Huh?
Whoa. I'm okay with Yogurtland. I like Yogurtland. It's basically self-serve.
So it's like 10 minutes?
It's nice. You get some yogurt.
You're
you
not
walk
very
around Times
selective,
Square.
you're pretty much kind of a volume base. You just take volume, because I was highly selective of who I was going to.
I have a very selective criteria. Like, I really be swiping. I'm just saying that, like, I don't mind Yogurland.
Okay.
I don't mind coffee dates. Like, the fine dining thing I don't like very much. I'm totally on board with the whole water thing. Don't bring me to a water park. Bahamas I'm okay with. But, like, okay, so in my experience, like, okay, so I went out with this guy like a few months ago or whatever, and I was like, hey, like, I'm coming over. He's like, yeah, like, and he was like, oh, we're gonna get some, takeout or whatever. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. So I drive to his house, and he calls me. He's like, where are you? Because we're going to a steakhouse with my brother. And I'm like, what? So I went on it was our third date.
Nice.
We go out on a date with his brother. And I'm wearing joggers. Do I look like someone who wants to go wear joggers to a steakhouse?
Yeah, it's...
So we had one more date, and it was over.
Oh. And what about paying during the date? What's kind of your philosophy around it?
Listen, I don't care. Like, I'll pay for it. You can pay for it. Like, I don't understand this whole, like, so my male coworkers and a lot of my male friends are just like, I don't even like want to go on dates with women anymore because women like expect men to pay. Like, yes, it's traditional, but whatever. And like, they only go on dates with guys for dinner. I don't know
I've heard about that. I've heard about that.
So messed up. Okay, so like for me personally, I can't do that stuff because that means that I have to put in effort to talk to you. Yeah, like, dude, if I'm dating, like, I'm very intentional with what I'm doing. Like, I'm not just there for shits and giggles. Like, I'm there to date you because I want to find a partner, because I want to get married, because I have goals. Like, I'm not going out for free sushi. Like, I'm going to stay at home on my couch in PJs with, like, just watching a movie with a tray of fucking California rolls. I'm totally fine being by myself. Like, I'm not lonely. I am alone. There's a huge difference.
How is the money component important for you in dating a person?
A millionaire.
Oh, hold on. You're expecting people that you're meeting that are less than 30 years old to be millionaires by the time they meet you?
Yes. That's because I've already met a couple. I've already dated a few. I know that it's possible. It's not far-fetched. And if you believe it, you manifest it, it's going to come to fruition.
So the guy is coming, he's making, a decent salary, let's say $90,000.
Okay.
He has some potential. You're discounting him right away?
No. So that's the thing. Like, that's where I kind of like start to kind of like diverge, because I'm just like, okay, well, I'm also okay with like a broke hustler, because like if you want to grow and I want to grow, like we can grow together, like we can create like an empire together maybe, or like, like whatever. As long as I know that you're like not sitting on your ass at home and like actually being like, like productive with your time, I'm okay with that. But if you're a millionaire and you're 33 years old, like you're good in my book, babe.
We have right in front of us the one and only ultimate, I would have to say, out of the hundreds of podcasts and discussions that I have, you're the ultimate spender. You're the ultimate consumer. You're the ultimate investor. You're on all the meme coins, the real estate shit deals, the Amazon, the Starbucks, the I don't trust the bank. You are hitting every box. But if there is one thing that I want to bring to your eyes, is I've made the calculation of the amount of money that you spent on average per month on absolutely shit.
Okay.
How much do you think you spent?
I don't know, like 6 G's.
Well, hold on. You're making 6,000 per month. You can't spend 6,000 on it. You're making 6,800.
I'm hardly breaking even at this point.
Not as much. I'm glad to hear.
That's good.
Yeah, well, it's still thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
$2,265 on average per month that is spent on shit that you're not doing anything for. right?
Yeah.
And I'm not including your investment into Coinbase or any of that. This is pure garbage. Like this is all the literal trash and the 30 pages of Amazon that you spend on average. So I want for you to hold this money.
What? Okay. Like this?
Yep. And just for a second, visualize this. Like, think about it. This is money that you spent per month on all the shit that you partake into. You're telling me you want to be a millionaire. Well, look at what you do. So put it in the garbage because that's what you do.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That's so, I felt terrible.
Right?
Yeah.
Do we want to change?
Yes.
Let's do this because you can become a millionaire by the time you're 40. I don't think about 35, transparently. 40 can work if we were to assume that you maintain your current salary. How do we make that happen? When I think about financial recommendations and the blueprint, there are really three areas that I like to focus on. There is what I refer to as the need. This is money that you need to spend per month to survive. This is your rent, this is your car, this is your gas, this is your student loan payment.
Maybe.
This is your communication and a little bit of food and grocery shopping. For you, it is 3,179. Guess what? It is 49% of your income. We like it to be below 50. Hallelujah. You're doing perfect. You're doing perfect on that front. So where are you missing the hit? You're doing so good on so many things. Well, it's on all the super flags or just the extra that you don't need. Now, I realize, and I'm speaking to you as a person, that if I was going to tell you, hey, spend absolutely zero per month on your extras, you're going to spit to my face and tell you, Romain, I'm never going to do that. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you a once budget that is astronomical compared to what I usually recommend, but I have to be realistic, guys. It's just the way it is. I'm giving you, for all your Amazon, for all your Starbucks, trips, travel, 1,000 per month. That is about 50% of what you have right now. But if I was to be really drastic with you, and if you really want to be a millionaire as fast as humanly possible, you would take your credit card and you would cut them in front of me. But you're not going to do that, right? So, what does that leave you? That leaves you with the gold number. What is the gold number, my friend? This is the number that I want you to put in your mind that mathematically you can save, invest, and pay your debt per month. Assuming that you're living a decent life and you're just being a little bit more thoughtful than what you've been. Honestly, truthfully, Claudia, you can save, this is going to feel crazy high, but it's the truth. 2,500.
A month?
A month.
Holy shit.
That's what you can save mathematically. And that is including the money that you would put on Coinbase, on your brokerage, and so on. I'm going to tell you how to invest that money.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Why did I say 2,500? It's because this is the amount of money that you would need to put on the side and invest on top of some of the strategies that we're going to discuss together every month for you to be a millionaire by the time you are 41 years old. Not a bad bargain. Hey.
I can do that.
Right?
Yeah.
You wanted to be a millionaire at 35? It's unrealistic, fully transparently. If you were to not change your income source, okay? If your business rockets and so on, jackpot. But realistically, with what you're making today, you can be a millionaire at 40 plus years old or so. Mm-hmm. So how do we make that happen? I'm going to tell you the juice. Number one, I think that you are living in a world where you have too many accounts, and I want for you to consolidate your account. Consolidate, please. You're just all over the place. When you think about a financial structure, you need one check-in, no saving account, because that's the absolute crap on big banks. You need instead a higher saving account. That's what refers to an emergency fund. Mm-hmm. You also need one brokerage account. You have multiple brokerages, a Fidelity, Grasshopper, all that BS all over the place. Just one.
Okay.
You need, this one you're going to hate me, one Roth IRA.
Sell me. Go.
Claudia hates Roth IRA. And the argument that you've told me off camera is because,
I hate the government.
right, it has nothing to do with it. It's not a 401k in any way. It has nothing to do with it. It's the same as a brokerage account,
Yeah.
except that it's not money that you can pull right now. You can put it at 59 and a half, and it's tax-free. Right now, every single dime that you're making on your Coinbase, on your brokerage, is taxed 20% plus. It's called the capital gain.
Yeah.
And depending on your income bracket, it can be even higher than that, up to 27%. If you invest into a Roth IRA, tax-free. Tax-free. It is the best retirement position. I know at our age, we hate to speak about retirement, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
You are on your own. There is no retirement here in this country. Social Security is guaranteed until 2035. So what are you going to do if you have no money? I want for you to have a Roth IRA. You don't have a 401k. If you guys had a 401k at home, the first thing that you always want to do is contribute to the max for you to get the match.
Right.
And then one crypto account. That's about it. Now, I want you to take care of all of your expensive debt, the affirms, the credit card, and so on. You're already doing that for the most part, so you're going to elicit some of that money on it. You have a lot of money, cash, about $12,000. That's because you don't believe in the system. Look, you're losing value on that money every year. You are okay with that, right? It gives you a little bit of cushion. AKA, you're losing about $500 per year on this, just so that you know.
Okay.
So the value of money is going to come down progressively on it. That's just, actually more than that. If we were to have this money invested, it's about $2,000 or so, but that's just the way it is. So what I would do is consolidate your accounts, take care of your expensive debt, open that Roth IRA, and max it out. Every year, $7,000.
Can I do a lump sum?
You can do a lump sum.
Okay.
January 1st, boom. You drop it, and you're going to invest it not into the Pepe or the FedEx or whatever coins or shit people are telling you on Reddit. You're going to invest it into low index funds, such as stocks that I like, VOO for the S&P 500, QQQ, SPYI, VTI, VGT. Those are low index funds with low fees, and you're betting on the overall market. Easy. You just do that. The other thing that I was going to tell you is do not buy that land real estate.
Okay.
Financially, it has no incentive for you whatsoever. Because at $10,000, you're in the middle of the desert. You're betting on the fact that you're going to have a buyer within the next couple of years if the thing were to expand. But at $10,000, you generally are in the dumps. And on top of that, you're going to have to pay taxes on it every year.
Yeah.
You're buying it at a premium. If you had bought this land at an auction, there could be a play for it for you. But you're the last pigeon at the end of the road that's going to give the bag to anyone that has had transactions on that field. So just don't partake in it. There is no incentive for you right now. You're going to find much greater fulfillment with putting all of this money that you're making extra on a brokerage account and invest into S&P 500. That's your 25% on it. If you had put $10,000, you would have made $2,500.
Yeah.
Almost $200 per month doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's how wealth is created. It's diversification with $5,000 on a checking account, 3 months on an emergency fund, max out Roth IRA, and every single cent on a brokerage. Because the $1 million that you're going to be of net worth is not going to come from your land acquisition. It's not going to come from your investment into meme coins where you can go down 95% in one day like Hoktua. It's going to come from steady investments where you're not timing the market. I know, buy the deep, and tell you whatever count. If you lose the top 10 performing days of a year in the market, you have 50% lower return. So timing the market is one of the worst decisions that you can make. Now, a steady investor would go like this. Every month, at the beginning or at the end, no matter what, you invest into the position. That is what we refer to as DCA, okay? And if it grows, okay. If it goes down, okay. And then when there is big market fluctuations, I always have about 10% of my brokerage in cash liquid where I can enter the market when there is like a dip that we've recently experienced. That's when you come in with 5% and you boom, you buy it because there is something, a quick action. For example, what was happening on the crypto market was the tariffs that were applied to Canada.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Crypto dip like no tomorrow, right?
I know, I bought so much XRP.
That's good. I mean, that's good. Okay, you've bought reasonably. That's when you want to come in. You don't go all in because you don't know how long this will last.
That's right.
Fortunately, the tariff in Canada were delayed by a month and boom, rocket back.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to investing into real estate, I think right now you're not in the position to do any of it, just in general. I don't think you have any incentives based on where you're living right now to invest into it. I just want for you, honestly, to be more thoughtful about how you spend your money and implement ways to stop your spend. I give you an example. In my calendar, 2 days a week, I have what I refer to as a diamond day. You know what it is, diamond day? Is an emoji on my calendar, and on that day, I'm not allowed to spend money. So if I want to go to Starbucks, sorry, it's a diamond day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to delay the spend, to the next day, but at least it forces you for a minute to have eyes on your finances. What is the name of the game is for you to be intentional with how you spend your money.
Yeah.
And the last nugget that I'm going to give to you, that is probably the biggest one, is 2 things. An hour today is 10 hours in 10 years. Because an hour today for you, Claudia, is just yourself. You only have to take care of yourself. You don't have to take care of little John that needs to go to soccer, or Lucy that needs to go to a dancing lesson, or a husband that's waiting for you at home, or a parent that is aging that needs your care. So the speed at which you're making decisions right now has a massive outcome to your future. And that same rule applies to dollars. $1 today for you has actually a multiple of 22 for your future. So when you're spending $100 on a trip to, the sushi or whatever, you're actually spending $2,200. That's the value that I want for you to have of money. You have to understand that because you are wasting your gold years spending money on things that are giving you short-term reward that you're going to pay in the future. And you know what I'm more scared about? And I'm going to tell you right away. You've built your life in a world, let's be honest, where you've leveraged your great, physical appearance and so on with all respect, where you're in the bartending entertainment world. But what's going to happen to Claudia when you are, aging and you're no longer as prime in the market to get those $1,000s of tips on the side and so on? You have to find a way to educate or create skills that are going to last for you in the future. Right now, you're making big bank, but you're also exhausting the greatest time of your life for that. The line of work that you're in has, with much respect, some form of expiration. Because again, you just have an associate degree and yes, it's decent, but I'm just looking for you for something that's going to last you a little bit more long term. And that right now, when it's the time to take action, you don't fall through on the second step. That is pretty much my take, my friend. What do you think?
I really want to cut up my credit cards.
You have them here?
I do. I'm only cutting up one of them.
Which one is it?
It's going to be my Discover.
Is it the Amazon one?
Yeah. It's the one I put all of my Amazon on.
You willing to take that with me?
Yeah.
Guys, I just went to pick up scissors. Claudia is going to make it happen. You're already taking action, guys.
God, I hate this so much.
It's happening, Claudia. Claudia, are you done with it?
Oh my God!
It's over.
Oh my God!
That's it.
What the fuck did I just do? No, not 4 times.
No more.
At least I could still use the swipe.
No, but
Oh my
honestly,
God.
just take care of that. Don't remove it from your Amazon. If you want to go full, like, send it.
actually remove. I will.
You remove from Amazon.
I'm done.
You go cash on your $1,000. You're only able to spend cash
Yeah.
with the $1,000 that you have on your wants.
That's
If you want to go really all in.
okay.
And just every single money that you make,
Okay.
put it on the brokerage,
Okay.
and you're rock and rolling.
Can I open up a Roth today?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm already amazing to see that you're actually taking action on your situation. It's lovely to hear that. Any final words, my friend, as we kind of wrap up our discussion together? What do you think?
When you put it into perspective that like I only have to save $2,500 a month to literally be a millionaire 10 years from now.
I mean, a little bit more than...
A little more.
More than that. And you would
11
have
years,
to
12 years.
adequately reinvest
Yes.
some of your money,
Yes.
you know, some of the cash and so on. But it's realistic because you're going to get momentum. It's more than
Right.
25, but it's in that realm. Nicely invested, you can make it.
Right. And like when you put it into perspective like that, it's like, okay, wait, that's it? It doesn't seem like that much. And like I really need to stop buying stuff on Amazon. So it's the first step.
Let's do it.
'Kay.
Thank you so much for being so participative on the show. It was a really fun experience for both of us.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys watching. If you're interested in looking at the other videos, you can check them out below. Like and subscribe to help support the channel. Until then, we see you guys next time. À bientôt.